guys, today is a video that, well, I haven't filmed any manifestation videos in almost 10 days, which feels really weird because I just came back from holiday and I still have holiday content coming up. So it feels a little strange to get back to this normal routine of pretty much filming manifestation videos every day. But I'm excited to come back to you guys. I've had a lot of inspiration actually during my time off, and I wasn't really time off, I was still posting, I just wasn't filming. So I have had a lot of inspiration, one of which is talking about repetition. And literally I have a video I think that's called The Key to Manifestation, and every video I reiterate the same point, that looping, persisting, affirming, those are the keys. Like that is, you don't have to affirm 1,000,000 times a day, you don't have to affirm 552 times per affirmation for it to manifest. It's just looping, repetition, persistence. So I'm going to get into more, what is repetition, why it works, how it works, to clarify that, because it's inspired by some really silly TikTok comments I've seen. And I'll get into that as well in a second. So do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell if you are interested in this kind of content, if you enjoy my manifestation videos. I'll have loads more coming up, so make sure you're tuned in for that. And thank you so much. We're at 1,800 subscribers currently. Maybe by the time we film this, it's gone up to 1.81. But either way, I'm so happy. It's growing so quickly. I'm so happy that people are connecting and engaging so positively with my content, and that it's actually making sense, and clearly I'm doing something right, so that is amazing to see. And yeah, I also offer one-on-one coaching, which is, all the information for that is linked below. Instagram, LOA Coaching, check it out below from the description, or just get in touch with me via email or something, and I will let you guys know if you're interested in one-on-one coaching. So let's just get started. So first I'll go through that TikTok content that I was referencing. So basically someone was saying that our state is what manifests, and I'll read out those comments to you guys in a second. And essentially this is like a law of attraction. I don't even know how to explain or use logic, like a logical, easy to understand explanation for this. And I understand kind of, your state and energy and electromagnetic connection, which is literally quantum physics, but it's different to what these people are trying to say. They're saying you have to be in a positive, happy end result state to manifest, and that's why I'm making this video, to tell you guys that no, it's the repetition that manifests, not your state. So what I wrote here was basically that if our state did manifest, surely every time we felt happy, fulfilled, successful, you just got promotion at work, oh my god, I'm so happy, yes, this is, my goal is done, I feel so fulfilled and successful, like I've been working towards this. So if you're in that state, then what? Your SP is going to come back and text you, you're going to win the lottery, you're going to get that new car you've been manifesting? No. The state of being of happiness, love, fulfillment, success does not get you what you want if you have negative assumptions, if you're stuck in the old story, if you haven't been affirming or putting in that conscious effort. Yeah, you can feel happy and feel good and manifest positive things out of that state because you're thinking positively, but it's not going to suddenly get you your manifestations or your SP just because you're feeling happy. So basically what this comment said is that your dominant thoughts come from your state of being, and yes, affirming can help, but affirming is not the end-all be-all to manifesting. In some cases, it can push your manifestation further. If you're affirming just to get an outcome, you aren't changing the inside. So it was completely irrelevant to what I was saying. I don't even know where to go with this, and it was hard for me to even respond properly to this, to be honest. I think it's really stupid in my opinion, and I understand when you're in a certain place in your manifestation journey, you have certain beliefs. To me, drinking a glass of activated water was going to get me my manifestation. I trusted in it because I did it. So I understand to this person, it makes complete total sense what they're saying. To me, it's really stupid, no offense. But I think all of us watching this video know that it's affirmations, thinking from the end, having thoughts aligning with your desire. That's literally what law of assumption is based upon, like the basic foundation. So this person's saying that affirming is not going to get you a manifestation. It's your thoughts that manifest. Your emotional state does not manifest. So yeah, this comment was really silly, and it just inspired me to do a whole video just about this topic. And someone else said, The subconscious mind works by feelings. Feeling is the secret. Literally all of these teachers teach it. Blah, blah, blah. We can speed up the manifestation process. Okay, so yeah, again, feelings have nothing to do with it. You can prove it to yourself. You've seen it from other people. You've seen it from me. Look into other people's success stories, because when you're broken up and heartbroken and you don't have your SP, you're going to be feeling anxious. Even if you're coming from the end result and you get to that end result state of being happy and trusting and confident in your manifestation because you've put in the work and conformed your own mind, you're still not going to be in that state, that feeling of being with your SP, because you're physically not. Like, you're an intelligent, rational human being. That's just how we are naturally. So your natural state is not going to be like, they're physically, literally sitting right next to me. I physically, literally have a ring on my finger. You know that you don't have that, but internally, mentally, you're like, it's mine, because I affirmed, because I manifested it, I focused on it, I flipped anything opposing. My focus has been purely on what I want. That's how you know. It's not that you literally physically assume you're hallucinating your SP in front of you. That's not what manifestation is. Yes, you can have a really strong, vivid visualization of your SP, but it's nothing to do with literally experiencing it before it comes. It's about mentally experiencing it before it comes. So talking about feelings being the secret, that's law of attraction, darling. So I don't know what this person was trying to say, but if you come across this kind of content, please be wary, because that's the complete opposite of what I and other law of assumption coaches who know what they're talking about are teaching. Emotion has nothing to do with it. Like, you're going to feel anxious before you have your SP. You know that physically they're not right in front of you as your husband or wife or girlfriend, whatever. So you are going to still have a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of not being completely fulfilled. But as long as you align your thoughts to it and take conscious effort to align your thoughts, that's what's going to manifest them. So no, feelings have nothing to do with it. I've been extremely scared and anxious. When your family, for example, I've had this, has a health struggle, we all go through this, an elderly family member or a poorly family member who's going through an illness or something, you are scared and anxious, and you're not going to be sat there, oh my God, they're so healthy, woo, I'm visiting them in the hospital, I love it, they're so healthy. No, you're going to be in your head like, oh my God, they're so healthy, they are healthy, they are healthy, I feel calm, everything's manifesting, they are healthy. You're going to be like in a panicked, anxious state. It's just natural and human. You can't help your emotions, and that's why I always try and explain to you guys and make it clear that your emotions are irrelevant. So you can, because I've been in scared, anxious states, especially for my family's health at times. When there's something has come up, I've affirmed for it and it's manifested, despite me and my family being stressed and verbally talking about how bad the situation may be. Encourage my parents as well, whoever, to also, all of us together, affirm. And literally sometimes after 20 minutes it manifests. So that is proof in itself. I know I went on a little rant there, but honestly it had to be done, because these kind of comments really annoy me and it's impossible to get through to people sometimes. So I want to let my viewers know, you guys know, that are actually focusing on law of assumption, this is how you do it. If you see anything about emotion, please ignore it. You would have already had your desire. If you were feeling happy, excited, fulfilled, successful, confident, guess what? That's how you'd really loved and like you were in love. Guess what? If you already felt that, we'd all be married to our dream people by now, because we've had emotions like that. We've had days where we feel that way. We've had extended periods of time where we feel that way. Trust me, I've been in that emotional state. And I did not manifest what I wanted because my thoughts, my mental state was not aligned with it whatsoever. So it's literal proof that feelings don't manifest. So repetition is literally how your subconscious mind creates new assumptions and beliefs. So you cannot change the way you think, your beliefs, your assumptions and thoughts about your SP, the way you see your relationship with them, the way you see your career progressing, the thoughts and beliefs you have about yourself and your self-worth. They cannot change without repetition. Your subconscious mind needs to be trained into it. There's science that goes into this, honestly. There's quantum physics that goes into it. There's studies that say, it takes 21 days to form a habit. Your mind needs repetition to learn anything. Think about studying for exams. You can't read a book or read a page from your textbook once and then be ready for the exam. We'd all be, you know, going to Oxford and Cambridge if that was the case, because we'd have perfect scores in everything. So you can use that as evidence. Repetition is literally how you learn. And your mind needs to learn something new to change the negative past. This then leads to those habits and patterns and thought patterns in your conscious mind changing. So in order to change, you know, that's where the mental diet comes in, your ego comes in with those negative, fearful thoughts. In order to change all of that and get your mind focused on the new thoughts, the new reality that you're creating, it needs to start in the subconscious mind with repetition, and then it filters down to filters up into the conscious mind, where you're going to start having those conscious thoughts like, he's so in love with me. You know what? My manager wants to give me that promotion. I just know it. You'll start having those thoughts, and that shows that your mind is conforming through repetition. So if you think about desires, again, the SP example, specific people, relationships, love, this is where we have the strongest resistance. This is where we fall apart mentally, emotionally after things go wrong. If you have a breakup, you're heartbroken from a specific person, you know, your ex-partner, whatever, you will have strong resistance because you will have only had that newest, the last experience you had with your SP was this negative experience of breaking up with them saying something horrible, things going wrong in your relationship, them getting with a third party. So you're going to have strong resistance. And if it only took a couple of thoughts, a couple of times, a few days of being like, they'll get back to me, they'll come back to me, they'll reach out to me, they're going to text me and say how much they love me. If it only took a couple of days, don't you think, again, we'd all be married to our dream people? It's literal, like, rational, logical proof. Even though logic has nothing to do with manifestation, in order to understand how it works, we need some kind of logical explanation, some level of belief. And this is me telling you guys rationally, you know, think about real life. We would all be living in a utopia if or dystopia if all it took was a couple of thoughts to manifest something. That's why repetition is so important and necessary, because it actually stops us from manifesting silly negative things, and it gives us a chance to conform our mind, to get back on track before it manifests in the 3D. And as always, I say this to you guys, I say it to my clients, past experiences, the anxiety you're feeling, these are all irrelevant. So again, the emotion, the feeling of anxiety, irrelevant to manifestation. You will still manifest your desire if you put in the work whilst feeling anxious. Whatever negativity happened in the past with your SP or whoever, irrelevant. You'll still manifest if you put in the work. The 3D is always reflecting your dominant thoughts. Again, that's where repetition comes in. Dominant thoughts are only created when they become a loop, a repetition, and it's not natural for our mind to be focused on the positive new reality, because our ego is like, hey, look at this physical 3D reality. So that's where the repetition is so essential, to convince and train and trick your subconscious mind into believing that what we're experiencing right now is actually that dream reality we want. So finally, repetition is key, essentially and especially if you have had years of negative experience, years of ups and downs with your SP, years of being rejected by whoever or whatever, you know, a company, people, your family, whoever, if you've had, you know, a lot of negative 3D experiences, whatever the case may be, all of that negativity is even more reason for you to focus on repetition, loop and loop and loop and persist, because that is what is going to change all of that and help you get that 180 change. So I hope this video was beneficial, easy to understand, inspiring, and clarified if you ever saw these silly comments on social media, or if you've watched coaches who basically say the opposite to me and are like, you have to get into emotional end result state. Please, in my personal opinion, my recommendation would be to ignore that. Don't listen to that. Don't watch that kind of content, in my personal opinion. So I hope this clarified. Do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.